Meek's death has shocked his fellow security guards. He worked security for 4 decades and was so experienced, he even taught classes. News 4's Michael Warwick spoke to his heartbroken security company.
This security team is in disbelief, saying Scott Meek was the total pro, making what happened to him last night for this team impossible to understand.
It's just hard to believe.
Tim Poteet can only shake his head, coming to grips with what he calls the senseless shooting death of one of his security guards, Scott Meek.
Everybody I've talked to is just in shock that it would happen to him. You know, with all the training he's had and done.
Described as a safety guru with 40 years working security.
That was his passion.
Meek, Poteet says, had all the training certificates, handling guns, batons, and everything in between.
He was just the real deal for a security officer.
He worked for Poteet with comprehensive security for 10 years, training people on both unarmed and armed security.
I wished I had, 10 or 12 guys like Scott Meek. He dressed the part, he looked the part. People called him a rental cop, and he didn't have a problem with that. He didn't care about being called any kind of name. He was there to do a job and do it correctly.
How Meek was shot to death with his own gun while on the job just doesn't add up to Poteet, who will sorely miss the kind of employee that doesn't come around often.
And that's what baffles everybody, that how this happened, because he was so versed in this, how he was put in this situation and lost his life. It just proves that it doesn't matter how much training you've had, something like this can happen to anybody.
As comprehensive security waits for Meek's funeral arrangements, they tell me they will do something for Meek's family, as they do anytime they lose an employee out in the field. Michael Warwick, News 4 Nashville.